Hey there, fellow Pythagonists! Welcome to our Python for Beginners series. Today, we're diving into some essential concepts that will make your Python journey smoother than a perfectly brewed cup of coffee. So, grab your favorite beverage, sit back, and let's go! Alright, first things first, let's talk about IDE or IDLE. And IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Think of it. Think of it like as your virtual playground where you'll be writing and testing, debugging your Python code. Now, there are plenty of IDEs out there, like PyCharm, VS Code, or good old IDLE, which comes bundled with Python. In this tutorial, we'll be using VS Code for to explain and demonstrate the features of Python. And let's go. Variables, on the other hand, are like containers where you can store all sorts of information, strings, numbers, even entire paragraphs if you're feeling verbose. Types of variables? Okay, well, we've got integers, floats, strings, booleans, and a lot more. It's like a buffet of data types, eh? You get to pick what suits your program best. Come on, let's break them down one by one. First up, we have integers. These are your basic whole numbers. No fractions or decimals allowed. You see? These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, 10. These are your integers. 2.5 or 3.5 or 6. These are not integers. These are something else which we'll learn in a moment. But 1, 2, 3, 4, these are your whole numbers. These are your integers. We can also have negative 5. That's an integer. Okay? Think of it as apples in a basket. You can count them, add them, subtract them, and so on. Next up, we have floats. These are numbers with decimal points. Imagine you're slicing an apple into pieces. Each piece could represent a fraction of the whole apple. You see, in our last part where we were talking about integers, I said 3.5 or 4.5. These are not integers. These are floats. Okay, let's say these I've written here 2.5, 4.5, 7.2, 3.1, 4, 5, 6, 2. These are floats. Remember, there's a difference between a float and a decimal. A float has a decimal point, an integer does not have a decimal point. Okay, it's really essential to understand the difference between these two as it can be very confusing. Okay, let's get on to the next part. Then there are strings, not the one you tie around your finger, but sequences of characters. This can include letters, numbers, symbols, pretty much anything you can write on a keyboard. You see, you see here, strings are the ones you see between double quotes. This is very important. Look at this. Strings have to be between double quotes. You see, this is a hello. This is not a string. You see, you can see an error here. It's not defined by anything. But hello, this one is a string. You see, this is between. You see, if I remove this, the error goes away because this is a defined thing. It's a defined variable. It's a string because it's between quotes. Now, it can be double quotes as well. It can also be single quotes as well. But let's say if you want to write multiple lines of string, if you want to have something that you want to say to the person that you have to follow this, you have to follow that, some kind of tutorial that's happening, you need to write a multi-line string. For that, you need triple quotes here. You need triple single quotes, you see. Here can we write hello. Now next line, hi. Next line, let's go. Let me know. See, I've written here one code, here one code. Between them, you can see the multi-line code is there. Okay, these are strings. These have to be between these have to be between codes, whether it be double quotes, single quotes, or if you want multi-line strings, you can have triple quotes as well. Let's go. Let's check the next one. Booleans are the ultimate yes or no, true or false in this case. They're like the light switches of variables. They're either on or off. You see booleans here, true, false, these stuff. This true, false, these are stuff. Now, let's say we are defining a variable. This is how we define a variable. We write a random name, then we write equal to sign. Now here I've given hotel open status. If you want to see that if a specific hotel is open or not, we can give a name of this variable. We can give any name of variables. We can give your hotel open status equals to true. That means the hotel is open. Yes, the hotel is open. True, the hotel is open. The open status is open. This is how we define booleans. This is what booleans are. You see, this is also how we define variables. We write, let me show you something. Let's say, let's give a name, Cybertron underscore videos underscore rating. Let's say we give an equal to. Now, some time ago, we learned about floats, and we can use that here. You see, we can rate it. Let's say 4.6 stars. Stars you don't require in this case. 4.6. That means we used a float here. We also defined a variable here, and we showed how this is done. This is how we also this is an extra stuff. This is how we define a variable in this case. Okay, folks, that's all about variables and IDLEs and stuff. Yes, there are some more types of variables which we haven't covered in this video. Yes, but it is not required. Like it's not required at an extreme amount for now. Yes, in the later videos we will be using them. That time we will be covering the types of variables. Don't worry, and keep experimenting with these stuff. And we'll see you in the next video of the series.